Oh, yeah. So that was so delicious to digest, just hearing us
Yeah.
celebrate our lives in front of each other. And surface perceptions, just that's shallow. They have so much depth, so many oceans upon oceans that we could each go in for ourselves and each other. And we just give thanks for that because we were not always where we are inside ourselves about our relationship with our own selves. And obviously, we're not always where we were with each other because we didn't always have each other, like, in this life, in certain spaces. So it's just such a boon, such a grace. And I say in Sacred Dialogue, like, we are amazing graces and good omens to each other. And it's always a wonderful opportunity to be able to, like, highlight it and to see how it's verbalized through each other's would sound, because some things you don't even realize people realize about you, whether you're doing it or not. And even if it's solidly there and it's a given, it is um it's amplifying and it's appreciating and it's adding value and it's drizzling that honey over it to know that we all are in the know about it,
Yeah.
you know. So just give so much thanks for us. And of course we could do this for 24 hours. We know we have tried. But
Yeah.
having fulfilled the intentional mission to connect, to share what the birthdays were like, to share some life celebration as we begin to go down the mountain and into our own lives soon. If there's anything anybody, like, is thinking of to share specifically, or we can just share, like, highlights of this conversation instead. However, just throwing out.
I want to share that something I learned on my birthday is that
Mm.
if they want to, they will.
Mm.
Um, and that will continue to resonate with me for the rest of this year and the rest of my life.
Mm.
If they want to show up, they will. And I recognize that by, like, I send out a couple of invites and stuff, and there are people that I know that are mad tired. Like, they're doing tech for jazz. Right now it's jazz in St. Lucia, so they've been tech. They've been working probably weeks straight, back to back. They're tired, and they showed up. They showed up for like, boy, just pass. I just want to tell you happy birthday, and I'm out today. And I'm like, I appreciate you. Hugs, hugs. See you later. Get home safely. At the end of the day, if they want to, they will. And I will never take that for granted again. And that's a two-way street that when somebody does show up for me, I want to absolutely appreciate the time, the effort, the energy, the patience. But when somebody does not, I also want to acknowledge that they were not willing to. And I want to be able to not, I cannot throw them out of my life because if I love you, I love you. But I want to be able to acknowledge that I should never overplay my role and overstep my boundary. I think that's the ways that I harm myself in life. That when people don't show up for me, I've been learned to overcompensate. And I want to relearn to accept and understand and resonate with the fact that you don't love me like that. It's not that you don't love me. You don't love me like that. Your love is not going to show up like that. And so I should pull back, not in restraint or not in rejection, but I should pull back to receive your love in a way in which you are willing to give it. And I should accept and meet your love at what you are capable of receiving and giving me. And that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, that it's not bad when they don't show up. It's that they showed up in the ways that they could. And
Mm-hmm.
so I need to stop over giving, over sharing, over loving, over accepting, over showing up. You know what I mean? And I should understand that perhaps you need to meet people at where they are capable of receiving you. And the rest of you, it's not that it's like the project, it's not that it's discarded, it's just that you just put it on the side for the right timing. But at this level, they're okay for a little color and a little X, and it's gonna be just as great. It's just not gonna be what you imagined. And if you give surrender to your imagination, that surrender to your imagination allows you now to accept what they're willing to give you, that you can meet it at that. And so that's one of the biggest things for me for my birthday. Meet people.
Yeah,
They love you.
I love
Yeah.
that. I think for me, part of that really resonates. When you were talking about that, what was coming to my mind, Tej, is for me, one thing that I have learned this birthday season is, well, I love the experience that I have of feeling taken care of. I feel like the past few years of my life, I've been the caretaker of a lot of things in a lot of ways. And there are people who have there are people who have taken care of me in a lot of ways, but because I'm in that mode of taking care of everything, sometimes I don't even realize when I am being taken care of. And I think it's important to, like, I mean, if you're going to a destination to meet somebody and you're driving all the way there to meet them, you're not going to realize if they met you halfway at all because you just focused on getting there, you know. And I think sometimes it's better for me to slow down and just pay attention to what's going on around me rather than just focusing on the destination itself. And realizing how many people left me. You know how when you're in a video game and you get coins along the way and you collect all the little gifts, and you know, and there are people at the different checkpoints, like in a marathon, cheering you on, making sure you have water, you know, making sure you're okay. And it's good to slow down and notice that, slow down and grab some water along the way, slow down and, you know, smile at your friends who they're cheering you on and all of that. So yeah, I got to do that and I got to intentionally do it. So it's now like ingrained in me to remember to keep doing that. And since then, I've seen so many more ways in which people have shown up for me. I've gotten to actually notice it and to recognize it and appreciate it.
Yum.
Yummy.
I don't have I don't feel I have too much shareable for my closing. I think that, like, for me, but I feel, unless if there's a question, I'm open, but I don't have anything like to share. But I want to say that it's such a grace to be in this space with you all always, and I don't ever take a moment of your time for granted when we get an opportunity to connect telepathically and obviously like this, and to just create this space and time together to listen to you both celebrate your 33rd spiral around and up your
I'm 33.
yeah, I come into it, but it's the 33rd. Unless you have a way of saying the 33rd.
Be freed.
The 33. The 33.
I thank you.
There you go. There you go. I like it. I receive it. I stand corrected. Easy scan corrected. Yeah. So the 33rd and the 33rd. You know, upward spiral, dance around the sun and moon, journey to the moon, in Tej's specific year dedication for herself. And I just live to make sure that we are all listened to in the ways that we are finding out we need in each season of our lives. And that changes for us in different ways. And I'm always foundationally here to be that. So it's, you know, it's a alchemical integrative dynamic, because we're here on Siren's podcast. So this is not like an average, like, live that Tej would have been used to in that way. And, you know, and that we've been having so much acceleration of, because y'all know I can talk, but I really want to also make that point to say I love listening to you, and I listen to y'all. I know y'all know that, but I want to reiterate it. I listen to y'all all the time. I'm always listening on the wind. I'm always present I'm always not just a home base, which I definitely am, and I'm so thankful that you can see that and know that and feel that. I'm definitely that. But even more subtly active, I'm really always listening. I'm always tuned in. I'm always, you don't have to call.
Yeah.
You can just think it, you know.
Come
You can
on,
just
it's
think it. You can
okay,
just,
girl.
right? Because I'm right there tonight and every night. And I just want you, I think that Siren, um, well, not I think, I know that Siren knows that 100% because she's a kid that conscientiously puts it into practice. But in the space of this for me, the 37th degree, I want to make sure that I don't leave that unsaid to you and reiterated to you, Tej, specifically. Um, just because it's your inaugural one of these with us.
Yes.
And we do look forward to having more of these with you as well. Which is a different dynamic because we have this like little private room where we don't have like, you know, the extra energies of the live. It's just us, and both spaces are beautiful and powerful. And so yeah, I just want to say it's a grace to be someone who is interested and allowed to be listening in all the time.
I love that. I'm compelled to say to Siren that you need to go buy some more mirrors this week because you said something earlier about I felt seen, and I feel like along my own personal journey, somebody said to me subtly, they just said as a joke, they said, "You're so beautiful," and I was like, "All right, thanks." And they're like, no, you're so beautiful, you don't see it. And I was like, all right, thanks. And then they said, feel like I need to tell you to go home and clean your mirrors. And that echoed in my mind. That's years ago. That echoed. And that has been the most integral thing to me. That every time I feel not in my gratitude, I go clean my mirrors. I go check up on them. I'm like, that mirror not clean, that mirror not clean. I go clean them. It's somewhere next and I clean them up. And I intentionally clean them where I can see myself. I rub through it so I can see myself. And I used to think that rubbing through it was taking something away. But I recognized quite recently that rubbing through it was putting something into it. That it meant that all the splatters and the dirt and the everything else was part of who I was, and that I was rubbing it into my reflection. And so everything that I've been through, everything that I've overcome, all my challenges, everything is part of who I am. And it's not rubbing it away, it's rubbing it in enough that I can see that I'm still me, even within it. That regardless of whatever I've been through, I'm rubbing it in enough to not be defined by it, but to understand that regardless of it, I'm still me. And so I feel compelled to encourage you to go buy more mirrors this week and put them around weird places in your house. This is something that I did and it freed me up. I have one in my closet. I have one in my bathroom. I have two in my bathroom. I have one to watch my ass and I have one to watch my face. I telling you. I used to have one in my shower itself. I want to see myself when I'm naked. I have one in my room. I have one in my doorway. I have mirrors all over my place. And then I have mirrors in storage. So whenever I feel like I need a mirror, I go and take another mirror. And that has allowed me to be conscious of who I am more. Because I have to see myself and see how I reflect, see a different perspective. And before I went on this live, I said to myself, it's so interesting how we don't see ourselves the way other people see us. So it will dawn on you that the way you think of yourself if your eyes closed is different from the way you see yourself if your eyes open. And so sometimes you need to see yourself in the mirror. And you'll be so shocked as to who you see as opposed to who you think you are. And when you resonate with that, it'll twist you a little bit. So I'm compelled to tell you that.
No, I love that you said that, especially saying put it in weird places, because right to my right here, I thought about it today and I was like, should I put a mirror there?
Yes.
I was like, should I put, like, that's such a
Yes.
weird place to put
No,
a mirror,
no
right?
more guessing. Yes.
In fact, you should put 3 mirrors
Two.
there. One for
Three
you,
of them.
one for me, one for Tej.
No, but it's so funny because I haven't had mirrors in my room for a while. And there was a time when I was obsessed with having mirrors in my room, but more for sexual purposes. And now I'm just like in the mood to have mirrors in here again. But then I looked and I was like, that's such a weird place. And when you said put them in weird places, I'm like, okay, that was the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
But what is not sexual?
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go.
Exactly.
I want to say that might have been my highlight of this moment, this live.
Oh wow.
Everything just, and I just like, that's why I say I know we could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So
yeah.
I actually want to say that, not like I have any idea when that will be, but I'm just like scribing it in time. I'm scribing it in the sands of time. I want to shoot you.
Lovely. I love that.
I'm scribing it in the sands of time that one of the next times we have time to hang out on one of the Xylo lives, the highlights of the week, that we can pull this plug in, pull this theme in that Tej just taught. This lesson that she just taught was so beautiful, so needed. That was yeah.
Yeah.
Bars.
Bars indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ready for the mirrors. I'm gonna get them. I want to
Yes.
show my little birthday gift to myself. Well, one of my birthday gifts to myself.
Ooh.
Oh wow, I love that.
This is so me because it's lace.
Is it lace? Oh
yeah, the back is lace.
Oh, I see it now.
The front is like leather and denim.
Leather
sets. Yeah.
Oh,
I love that.
That's denim.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's part of a little set that I got myself for my birthday.
Does it come with handcuffs?
The different textures.
No, it actually came with a harness, a chest harness, and a denim garter belt.
I want that so bad.
A denim garter belt?
I've been wearing so much denim. I've been wearing a lot of denim. I'm really in like the mood to wear denim a lot. And then I saw this, from my favorite store. But
you know what I've been craving lately? A good pair of cut-off shorts. I haven't had shorts like jean shorts in a long time.
Today I got the urge to cut one of my shorts for me to wear with my garter belt because I want to, let me tell you.
That's interesting. I wore cut-up shorts with frayed edges on my birthday underneath my boho chic top dress thing.
I did wonder what you were wearing underneath that.
Yeah.
Underneath that.
Yeah, some cut-up shorts. Yeah.
That was a good idea. Shorts.
Yeah.
I was like,
I love
you're
that.
looking so good, but what you wearing? I couldn't tell.
I love that paddle.
Yeah, can't wait to use it.
Yeah. A paddle almost symbolizes that you're going someplace. You
Oh, she's like, well, I'm going someplace.
I am.
Yeah, she's going
minus 5 days.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot because it says that you're almost in control of the struggle. You're in control of the fear. You're in control of the whole ambience and sadness and everything else. You're in control of it. And I hope you embrace that paddle as your control mechanism.
I think
The
for me,
way Tess said, I hope you embrace that pattern.
oh, I'm embracing.
Yeah.
The
No, a
whip.
paddle is a big thing, like
I'll tell
that.
you.
That is right next to a whip, like that.
Oh, the whip isn't far either, but yeah.
That is a big thing. That's if I have a paddle, I ain't get to them levels yet. So me, I finna try to be like, yo,
It symbolizes control, but
walking with a paddle.
a control that allows freedom. Like for me, that's kind of the phase that I'm in right now with a lot of the friendships and relationships that I have. I feel like my level of control kind of creates the ambience for freedom, because I'm very controlled in the way that I process things and communicate certain things, especially things of a sexual nature. I know how to, decide what level we're on and make sure that we're, everybody's cool, everybody's, and because of that level of control, it allows people to feel like they can be free and say what they want, say what they're feeling, you can say things because this is the circle, it stays here, nobody's gonna push you beyond your boundary, we're good.
Yeah.
Now let loose.
Yeah.
I love that you said that, because the control of the restraints in sexuality, when you mentioned that you were celibate for who knows how long, is equally as important, because I believe in sex itself is just tap into own power, but then the restraint of the sharing of that power with anybody else is equally important, and you having a partner now is simply a tool to which you've added to your arsenal of restraint. I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like, your development into I don't know in that sense, but your development into the exploration of the power in restraint is equally as important as your freedom to your expression of your sexual self. I feel compelled to say that to you.
What a great little like we're walking out the door of the birthday party and Teja's there overflowing some gifts there right now. She's like,
That's
this too. And there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, that's important. And
bountiful.
You should embrace that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I receive that fully. And I think
I just appreciate the overflow so much.
Yeah. Lately, I don't know. Yeah. I've been full.
From the mirror. It's like, you know what? Something's telling me to tell you, but just get a mirror, put it in weird places. Also, embrace the control.
Yeah, it's equal to your level of restraint. Yeah. And let me tell you, I've come a long way to just being like, I'm gonna just put it there. If you pick it up, you pick it up. If you don't pick it up, I put it there because I felt
absolutely, and it's what you spoke to. It's what you spoke to in the very beginning of what you shared. I mean, you're literally in the season of putting it all out there, what you're feeling and thinking, your perspectives, your opinion, your compulsion to make a point, to make a statement, to add to the space and to take responsibility of the bountiful energy that you bring to this space. So I couldn't think of a better way for us to bring this home, but to it's like a constant leaving you wanting more to be continued. Like, I know how dangerous we can be. I know the three of us would stay and be there forever, ever. So I want us to seal it up just to honor that little plug. Haha. Pun intended.
Well,
hey, Scorpio, happy
Mother's Day, Siren.
We just want to big up the way people became mothers. We just want to big up the way people became mothers.
Probably started with a paddle, but go on.
Probably started with a paddle. All right, my loves.
God.
Yes. Yeah. This absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining the mother and nurturer circle today, and hope to have you
Absolutely.
back. Honestly, it was awesome having you. And you too.
Looking forward to it.
Well, always a pleasure. So yeah, thank you guys for being
Yeah.
another pin in my birthday month celebration, and being vibes as always.
Absolutely. We love you. I love you. We love each other. Going round and round and
Yep.
round and all right.
Yep. Do
Bye.
not exclude me and call upon me whenever you feel you need me. Have a good
Oh,
one. Have a good rest. Zylo, have a good day. Yeah. Alrighty. Goodbye,
all right.
guys.
Bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Till next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.